Now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to start a program, and I'm not prepared to start a program, and never am prepared to start a program. But how y'all doing? This is the Bob 9, Jerome, Keith Mitchell. And I guess this is the Bob 9%. Let's just talk about stupid stuff off the top of my head, because my main thing was I'm running for president, or I'm running the ideal of a revolution, people-oriented revolution, you know, more like we the people. And I think the president should be out there trying to find out what the people want, and then that's what he should be backing and promoting and pushing forth through Congress. And that we really shouldn't have too many things coming up out of Congress that aren't weighed out and discussed and debated by both sides over a rational period of time, and then they should come to a vote on to give the people an answer. Because the people have been waiting for them to do something and to act something and to prepare something for, it's been a while, you know, since Mr. Obama got in there and became a no, you know. So what we'll have in our history as far as progressing ourselves down the road as a nation, part of this world community, we will have wasted 8 years, because that's what they intend to do. They don't intend to help this fella out this time out, man. I mean, the gun control thing there, you know. It should have been some kind of bipartisan package coming down there. They gave a little bit on both sides. This is really not the time for far extreme ideologies to be weighing the direction that the country goes. The country's split 50-50 on darn near everything going on out there on the basis of it. You know, 40-50% here or there. And if you tell a righteous enough lie, or if the news coverage covers the topic that you're promoting, it might get a bigger boost. But we need to be doing something, and they're not doing anything. When I become president, myself, I'm promoting the 50-50 split out here, and you know, because I mean, these people playing capitalistic games out there, thinking capitalism is the God's answer to the world, and it's not. It has its place, moderation in all things. Now we've gone overboard on it. Now you sit there and if any game, someone will always come to the top as being more proficient or good at a process. And it's come to the point where now capitalism has made it where 1% to 2% have become very good at the process. And they control the movement of 80 to 90% of your resources, whatever and whatever. I'm not getting into all them details. I mean, you go to the internet and look up whatever statistic you want to look up. But they're controlling the movement of that. You have people starving and living out in deserts and things like that. You have a desert that needs to be bloomed. You have a polar cap that's melting, adding more water to the system. So maybe you ought to start putting some of that water out in the middle of them deserts somewhere. You know, maybe we ought to start thinking about the world as a little bitty old spaceship. I mean, you know, just a little bitty old life containment system going here, and we're steadily trying to figure out how to let that 1% mentality, control the day. I watch some of these, I used to watch these futuristic type movies where they show you how we're going to be looking in 20, 30, 100,000 years, a couple hundred years down the road here, you know, and how bleak and drab and boring. I mean, this industrialized smoke, people run around with iron lungs or stuff like that because for some reason, you can't seem to quit doing what you're doing, you know. I mean, we got a problem. But that's a 1% mentality. I think there's a bunch of them. I mean, I've figured, conceived, thought, and asked questions about how I could just live here within the confines of this paradise called Earth without adding no more stress and strain than I have to it. We're sitting down here on this little piece of paradise, consuming it all up, destroying animals, destroying, just destroying. The little pipeline that, that busted on them. They got pipelines all over this country. I keep trying to tell y'all, where are we going to go? What is our survival plan for the future? Now, if all that, I'm just stating that we're relying on man-made conceptions here in a God-created world. Now, he created this world, everything that he created is, in some sense or form, is self-containing within itself. You are self-containing. You can contain, you can exist in this world on your own. You don't need no outside input at all. If you didn't want it, you don't need it. God provided all we needed down here. But we didn't want to live in them conditions. We didn't want to live as the animal. We didn't want to live free running through the woods and all that. I mean, some of us didn't. And some part of us told us that we have to start doing this knowledge thing that we have already. I mean, you can't, it's like that Pandora in the box mess. You can't put none of this stuff back in the box. They've seen it, But anyway.